What's up, guys? I'm Mike D'Antonio, founder and CEO of Stocked Up, and welcome back to the Stocks with Mike and Tom show. We have a great episode for you guys here today. The market had a wild ride today, a ton of volatility in the market. We had a crazy day. Tom, if you want to pull up an intraday chart of the market, as you could see, a lot of up, down, up, down. We had a decent rise at open, and then we came crashing down, broke a lot of support levels, broke a lot of lows, and we ended up coming back and closing at intraday highs and even had a nice run up in after hours. So we had a very volatile trading day. It made for a great day trading day though. So that was good. We do have a lot of important information to share with you guys in today's episode. We do have a lot of great plays. I would say there are probably more solid swing trades today than any other day in the past probably week or so. So we do have a lot of great plays in today's episode. Make sure you stick around to the end of the episode because we're going to be announcing most of these plays at the end of the video. So with that being said, if you guys are new here, don't forget to subscribe to see our daily videos on your YouTube homepage every single day. So Tom, what major news happened in the market today?
Yeah, there was some major news coming out of Arizona, reported 117 new coronavirus deaths today, bringing their total to 3,356 hospitalizations and 869 ICU beds in use on Tuesday, which is a lot. That's a lot of numbers being reported from them. And as we can see on this chart right here, we can see that since June 1st, Arizona's daily death count has actually doubled from 15.9 up to 42.1. And you can see Tennessee has doubled as well. Texas doubled. Let's see, who else doubled? Florida had a nice rise there. They're at about a 70% rise here. California stayed about the same. But we can see that overall the United States, the deaths have been going down. Even though we've been hearing a lot of things about Florida having more deaths, Texas having more deaths, Arizona having a lot more deaths. Overall, though, the deaths are still going down. And experts actually offered up some explanations onto why they're not why the overall cases are not increasing and the states are just staying the same. And they said because they're testing more prolifically, so they're catching more cases overall, of course. Younger, healthier patients make up a larger share of infections than they did earlier on. So so a lot of young people aren't dying as much as they have been. So even though more young people are getting the virus, not many are dying. And then they've also learned about how to treat the virus since March, making hospitalizations less likely to result in a death. So the number of deaths per hospitalized patients has fallen by about 50% since the peak in April, per Bernstein analysis. And that's awesome to hear that the death rate's fallen about 50%. We can see on the chart it's went from about 943 to about 526, and that's just fantastic, Mike. I really like seeing those numbers. And that could also be a testament on why the market has been recovering as much as it has been, because the death rate really has been going down, and that's a very good sign, even though there's a lot of cases.
True. Yeah. I mean, it is very nice to see that the death rate is going down. It's awesome to see that there are less deaths per day. However, it is kind of alarming to see how, in Arizona, we're seeing the deaths over double, and actually a lot of these states like Texas too, like you said, almost a double in South Carolina, a double in Tennessee. Florida's pretty bad too. So it is a little bit alarming to see those numbers, but it's nice to see the overall trend for the death rate is going down for the country overall. And like you said, I mean, I can definitely see why the market is not going crazy over the rising cases with Florida and Arizona right now, because there are less deaths as there was when the virus first started to spread, right? With that being said, though, cases are still rising at some record levels, and I still think if we start to see economies shut down again, these state economies, these counties, if they start to shut down again, I think that could have a big negative effect on the market overall. Right now we are in a reopening phase, but if we pause that or even reverse a couple phases, I think that would be horrible for the economy. But we're not there yet. But I'm just saying in general, that's what I'll be looking out for. I'm not shorting the market because of that, but I'm just saying I'm definitely keeping my eyes peeled to see and notice how a lot of these states, if they do close down, if they do pause reopening plans again, if that does happen, like I said, I personally think the market would fall because of that.
Yeah, and I would assume that the death rate would start going up as well if they start closing things down because they would probably have some numbers that they're looking at to do that.
True. Yep. True. So yeah, awesome stuff. And then we had a crazy day in the market overall, up, down, up, down, up, down. But one of those crazy stocks today was BABA, right? This was a huge momentum play. We called it out on, what was it, Monday's? Yeah, Monday's video for a momentum. This thing just keeps skyrocketing. They had some weird news today relating to like an IPO. So it was kind of a weird news, but they had a crazy run up. It was crazy to see. Obviously, that could have been a great day trade. Personally, I missed it, but I would not be surprised if BABA continued up tomorrow. Now, the thing is, that does not mean buy calls on BABA or buy the stock, but I would definitely keep an eye on it, Tom. You know, I mean, you see a stock up 9%. We had Tesla the other week. It was up 9%, and the next day it was up 10%, then 7%. It just kept going up and up and up like a bubble, right? So I feel like BABA is kind of like that, but I feel like we're already a little bit late to the bubble. So I wouldn't be surprised if we saw another up day or two with BABA and then maybe a consolidation.
Yeah, I really like the intraday pattern on it. In pre-market this morning, it bounced off the 100, and I really love that 5% swing up today. That's amazing. But like you said, it's just one of those things. Like, are you too late? We'll just have to see in the morning, I guess, whenever pre-market opens. If BABA starts tanking, and if BABA definitely comes back down to like 250, I would definitely say I'm bearish on it. But it does look very strong, and I think it could definitely ride up further. I really like this. If we go back even longer term, it looks like um, it hasn't passed the highs by too much so far. The high was like at 230, and we're sitting right around 260. So that's only like 30 points higher. So it's not too much as far as a spectrum like BABA.
Right. Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's not like one of those Tesla movements, you know, where they just explode like in a week. Like their all-time high was sitting around 1,027, and then last week they exploded right through that resistance and ran all the way up to about 1429. So that was a crazy move. But speaking of Tesla, it looks like we are in the consolidation phase. I am not expecting Tesla to have like a huge fall. I think they're probably going to stay up around the, I don't know, I would say in a range of probably I would say like a major support level is probably around the 1250 area. I would say that would be like a nice support area. I'm sure Tesla is going to pull back sometime soon, but I don't see this thing just tanking. You know what I mean? Like I bet it's just going to kind of like have this huge run up and kind of just like stick around, kind of how Spotify did, you know, ever since the middle of May. You know, they had a huge run up and then they kind of just kind of just went back and forth for a little bit and then just shot up again. So I'm kind of expecting the same thing with Tesla.
Yeah, I really like Tesla. I really love their short-term chart right now. I kind of have some technicals drawn, and we could see they had a solid trend going for a few days, and it definitely bounced off this trend line tons of times. And it looks like now we've kind of fallen below it. But like you said, I would definitely expect it to stay within a range of like somewhere between like 12. I would say more like 1225 and like 1450. Just expect a range between there. I really like this though. I really still like it for the long term. But right now, just based off these technicals, I would be very careful with it tomorrow for buying calls tomorrow on it. Anyways, I would definitely watch for it to hit this solid resistance or top of the trend line right here. And if it doesn't break this, then I would be slightly bearish on it tomorrow.
Well, the thing is with Tesla, their options are so expensive, so you have to be very careful playing it. Right now, or I should say today, the calls on Tesla fell anywhere between 40% and 70%. And the puts fell between 2% and 25%. So you have to be very careful playing Tesla options. The only way I would play Tesla right now is a call credit spread. That's the only way I would do it. And I actually am in one. So now with the momentum plays for tomorrow, before we get into that, we're going to go over our member of the day. Every single day, Tom and I handpick a member of the Discord community who is spreading positivity and good vibes. And today's member of the day is Max2828. So Tom, if you want to pull up Max's post from earlier, Max2828 had a 10% plus day here. He said, first 10% plus day ever. All I started out with Mike's Microsoft Play this morning. I love this community and I'm looking forward to growing with you all. So absolutely, I give completely free day trades in the Discord link in the description down below. Microsoft was a great winner this morning, worked great. It's completely free if you guys want to join the Discord community. We have over 5,000 members. Like I said, it's completely free to join. And, we're just talking stocks, options, and finance all day. So shout out to Max, an awesome job. Keep up the great work. So now with the momentum plays for tomorrow, and this one is a little bit different than normal. So we're looking at Walmart, right? And we're looking to play the momentum from not today, but yesterday. So like we said in yesterday's video, right? Walmart had an amazing catalyst come out yesterday. And pretty much they are pretty much announcing their new service, kind of like Amazon Prime, but for Walmart, right? That's the main news. That's the main reason why Walmart rose so much. However, Tom, can you go back onto a Walmart daily chart? Can you go back to, it was on March 2nd and March 3rd. So if you can highlight those, yep, right there, March 2nd, March 3rd. Walmart had a huge rise up. The next day it was red, and then it continued up for like 5 days later. And I'm kind of expecting the same thing with Walmart. One, because with the stock market, patterns do happen to repeat themselves, but also two, it's not like Walmart is just moving out of for no reason. Like they are making a huge impact to their business overall. Like they are adding an amazing service that it doesn't change the game of who they are, but it's really going to benefit them for the long term. So I think Walmart has a decent shot of continuing upwards in the next couple of days. I'm not going to load up on calls or anything, but based off of one, technical analysis, but also two, common sense, it seems like Walmart has more room to rise, right? The market overall is rising. Walmart just added an amazing aspect to their business. Walmart does have some really great priced options. And with the fall today, if you did not trade Walmart yesterday, you could probably get some really good deals on some Walmart calls. If you did trade this, I would definitely get some time on it though. But either way, I think you should definitely keep your eyes on Walmart. What do you think?
Yeah, I really love the technicals on it as well. A lot of times whenever stocks fly up like this in one day, like around 10%, you will see pullbacks where they come down and then bounce off the 100 SMA and then continue up. I believe Tesla did this same exact thing over the past few days. Yeah, you can see it didn't quite hit the 100, but you can see it kind of came down and just kept coming down and touching this solid trend line and then going up. And that's kind of what I really like to see right now on Walmart as well. I really love, let's see, Walmart's chart here, especially on an intraday level. You just can't beat things like this. If it breaks this level right here and then we end up breaking 126 in the morning, I'll definitely be very bullish on it. And I'll personally be playing calls on it. That will expire next Friday, not this Friday, of course.
Right. So with Walmart, real quick, so the main resistance level is about the 129 area. But the thing is, I think with this play, I think it would be smarter to get in before that level. You know what I mean? If you want to play it super safe, you can always wait for Walmart to break above 129. But honestly, what intraday levels are you looking at for a possible entry?
I'm really looking at 126. It looks like they had a ton of problems coming up above 126 around 12 noon and 1 p.m. today. They had about 2 or 3 attempts to break that level and they couldn't. And then they ended up falling back down to 124.40. So I really think that if they break 126, I could get in for a good intraday play.
Yeah, so 126 is the level to watch. If you want to play it super safe, you can wait for the 129 break, but keep an eye on that. One last thing with Walmart is, guys, Tesla is Tesla. Tesla is a growth stock. It's not it's not surprising that we saw Tesla go crazy, right? I mean, it's surprising to see how much they rose, but to see Tesla go crazy for a week straight, it's not that surprising. It's done that many times in the past. However, to see Walmart have a 7% move up in one day yesterday, that is surprising because one, Tesla's a growth stock and Walmart is a value stock. Walmart doesn't move like this, you know? So that kind of makes me even more comfortable with looking at Walmart in a bullish sense. So with the next momentum play, we have KSS. So KSS had a huge day today. Tom, what levels should we be watching?
Watch for him to break 2250.
2250. If it breaks above that, we'll be looking at KSS in a bullish sense. With the next stock, we have Work, WORK.
Yep, watch for them to go ahead and break 3440.
3440. Again, bullish sense. Next one is Square. Again, bullish sense.
Yep, Square. We talked about these guys yesterday. Watch for them to break 135.50 or 136.
Okay, you guys heard Tom. And then Square is just a powerhouse. I mean, you look at stocks like Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, Tesla. Those are all powerhouses too. But Square, I mean, look at that thing. I mean, it's just exploding, breaking new highs literally every day. So tons of momentum. It's a giant momentum play.
Yeah, and a ton of people were in the comments yesterday telling us that Square actually owns Cash App, which is why they're up so much lately.
Oh, I gotcha. With the next stock, we have BABA.
BABA, watch for them to break 259.
259. Again, we're looking at all these stocks in a bullish sense. So now with the unusual options activity for tomorrow, someone there was a total of about $4.7 million put into the BABA 265 strike calls that expire this Friday, July 10th. So BABA had a crazy move up today. This does not mean to just load up on BABA calls. Yes, it's a great momentum play, but don't just load up on calls because there was a lot of money put into them today. You know, the best way to play off this catalyst is to day trade it with momentum. So kind of like the day trades and like the momentum trades in general. If it has upwards momentum, if it's breaking highs, then maybe consider getting in the calls. If not, just leave the play. So now with the questions from the previous episode. With the first question, we have Alvin saying, what are your thoughts on UPS? Earnings are coming out on the 31st and FedEx spiked up hard. So I think UPS may follow. So let's take a look. UPS. So UPS spiked up the same day FedEx spiked up. The thing is that, like I said, UPS already spiked up with FedEx. So if anything, I would treat it in a slightly bullish manner, but I don't love it. It already spiked up just like FedEx. It's pretty much an exact similar chart to FedEx. I don't love it for a long, and I also don't love it for a short. I'm just pretty neutral on it, and I don't really play earnings either because a lot of times you lose on earnings.
Yeah, and it looks like it would have been hard to trade FedEx last time as well because it looks like it popped in after hours.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. We have the next question from Jazzy saying, Mike and Tom, can you guys analyze CRSP? I'm thinking of buying their stock, and I've been reading up on them, but I just like to see what you guys would have to say about this company being a long-term hold. Thanks. So CRSP. Let's take a look. CRSP. Tom, have you ever heard about this stock?
No, I've never personally heard about it, but it looks like they're performing very well over the past few years. You kind of love to see stocks that, kind of trade sideways and then end up going up in the long term. It kind of looks like a safer therapeutic stock. They were kind of low down here. The thing is, though, is that it looks like with the types of swings they have, look at the rise of this swing from like 20 all the way up to 70. Then they fell like all the way back down to 20. So we just rose up from like 32 all the way up to about 100. I mean, I could definitely see this stock swinging back towards like $75 or something like that eventually. This wouldn't be something I personally get for the long term because it's just too high right now. But if I do see a good dip in it, it might be a solid play.
Yeah, so I couldn't have said that better myself. Jazzy, so we don't know anything about this company for the long term. We have not researched this company fundamentally. So we are just looking at this specifically on a technical standpoint. Like Tom said, based off a technical standpoint, it looks like we can see a dip soon. And in that case, I would consider buying it for the long term. But like I said, we don't know anything about this company fundamentally, and it sounds like you've been researching it, so I'm sure you know a lot more about what this company does and what their balance sheet looks like a lot more than we do.
Yeah,
So,
it looks like they actually do gene editing therapy, and they're doing it in patients to help with like sickle cell disease.
well, I mean, it sounds like they're in a great industry. They are a therapeutic stock, so sounds like it can be a great hold long term. Thank you so much for that comment. All right, what the next question is, let's see. The next question we have, AKA saying it's a slow giant baby. We are big on TLT calls long term. Let's take a look. I want TLT calls very bad. I did not make a move on them yet. I'm very strongly eyeing TLT out for calls pretty much when when everyone buys bonds and stuff, interest rates fall, right? And then TLT rises. So when everyone buys bonds and they get scared and they all buy bonds, TLT goes up and it's looking pretty good right now. I do like it. I don't love it. I really like it though, and I'm definitely eyeing it out. So thank you so much for that comment. With the next question we have, let's see. With the next question, we have Zach saying, "Does everyone hold their puts until they expire usually?" So most people don't. Most people sell out of their options before they expire. However, if you did want to hold on to your puts, pretty much you would just be short. However many, like it depends on the strike price. But for example, let's say you have an Apple put, right? An Apple, let's say you have like an Apple, I don't know, let's say you have like an Apple 370 strike put, and let's say Apple is at 365. Pretty much you would just be short 100 shares of Apple at $370 each, and you'd be at a pretty nice profit. So hopefully that answers your question. With the next question, we have Head saying, "Love the videos. Can you give your thoughts on BLNK?" So personally, I would never invest into this company. It's really a part of the electric vehicle run up. A couple months ago, this stock was worth $1.30. Right now, it's worth about $7.55. It has a ton of momentum, but in my eyes, this is still just a penny stock, and it's kind of like a pump and dump. And it's really just kind of working off of the workhorse run up, even with Nikola, maybe even Tesla a little bit. It's just kind of like a little like pump and dump in my eyes. I would never invest into this. Might be a decent trade, but the only thing I would do with this is I would short calls that are very far out of the money. It's a very advanced strategy, and you do need a lot of capital to do it. Personally, it has a ton of momentum, so if you want to stick to it, you could. The momentum's definitely there, and I wouldn't necessarily bet against the momentum it has, but it's just not like a plus setup in my eyes. It's more of a pump and dump. So with the next question we have, let's see. We have Megan saying, "What about Roku? Look at its chart, LOL, sideways for life." Let's take a look. Roku breaking up a little bit today. What do you think, Tom?
Yeah, it's definitely been trading sideways recently. Looks like they are starting to get some bullish momentum. I really like this kind of play to the upside. And like we talked about it in yesterday's video or the day before, they have a very long-term trend line that they need to break, and they look like they're just about to break it. And if they do, I could definitely see them flying way above $140 a share.
Absolutely. So with that being said, Tom, do you have any last minute stocks, options, or any insight for tomorrow?
Yep, my last stock is going to be Twitter, guys. I really loved Twitter the past few days. I told Mike I wish I would have played it. I drew 3 very nice circles on it. It bounced right off the 100 SMA 3 times in a row. But what this shows us is that look at how nice Twitter bounced off of this. Look at Walmart right now. It's also right on it. So that's why I am very bullish on Walmart tomorrow, as long as we stay above this 100 on a 15-minute chart.
Absolutely. And the biggest thing is Twitter announced a possible subscription service. and that's the main reason they rose up, kind of like Walmart. So Twitter had an amazing day. Tom was telling me how he wanted to buy calls on this, and this was like yesterday or a couple days ago or something. So he had an amazing run up. Again, it's pretty much like a giant momentum play. So with that being said, guys, hopefully you enjoyed this episode. If you guys gained value from this episode, please consider hitting that like button. The YouTube channel has been exploding recently, and Tom and I are so grateful for you guys. You guys are amazing with all the comments, the likes, and new subscriptions. Thank you guys so much for hitting that like button. Literally takes 2 seconds. All the likes and comments help us out so much. So thank you so much for everything, guys. If you guys have any questions or anything, let us know in the comments down below. If you want to trade the same exact options that Tom and I trade every single day, click the Stocked Up Options Alerts link in the description down below. While they're in that, thanks for watching.